Welcome to our Metal Reactions channel. I'm Brad.
I'm Alona.
Quick plug for Shayne Capazorio, who did an awesome job with our intro video and channel branding. You can find his contact in the description below if you need some graphic design work done for yourself. So we are back with another Patreon request. This one is from Johansen, and it's In This Moment, Big Bad Wolf. I don't think I know this song. The video has like 40 million views on YouTube.
You just missed it.
From 2005. I don't know where I was. Maybe I do know the song and I just know we're going to hear it and I'm going to be like, oh, okay, actually, no, I do know this. We'll see. From your side, do you think you know it?
No.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know.
I would have remembered something with this name.
I don't even know this band. Like, how do I not know about this band if they're seemingly so popular? So I don't even know what subgenre this is going to be.
Just accept it. There are things you don't know.
It's just like, for something this popular, how did I not hear about it? Okay.
Magic.
Let's see what we have.
This change, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. I was upon the time, there was a nasty little biggie filled with pride and greed. I was upon the time, there was an eagle little pig in typical disease. You see this little pig is slowly becoming my own worst enemy. You see this eagle pig, she's a blah 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 fucking paranoid. Everywhere I go, you go along with me. Anything you get is up because of me. Everything I do, you do along with me. No matter where you run, you cannot hide from me. She's got a hold on me. Maybe she's just what they want me to be. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. I want you let me in. I want you let me in. I'm in everywhere that you be. I want got nothing but lose and now you're trying to win. I want you let me in. I want you let me in. I'm already in the sky. 'Cause I'm the big bad wolf and let the guns begin. You see,
I have no comment.
It's entertaining.
Yes, it is. You probably were too young to watch it when it came out.
No, 2005. I think it was 2005. No, I was listening to much heavier.
Oh no, wait.
Wait.
It's 2014.
2014?
You made me confused.
Why did it say... I saw 2005 somewhere. Okay, 2014. Well,
2014.
okay.
It definitely has some shock value.
Yeah, so what do you think about the music?
I was too busy looking at
The visuals.
It's just all like at you. Yeah, I mean it's all very, very loud, and kind of everything is. So there is no like parts that are in front and parts that are subtle, and in the back everything is just at you.
I was gonna say not much subtlety. It's very in your face.
Yeah. Is it still metal? It's not rock.
Yeah. This feels very much metal
heavy.
to me. Mm-hmm.
The guitar is heavy.
Yeah, all around.
Everything is heavy.
I was trying to like figure out what subgenre this is. I was picking up little bits of industrial in the beginning. it felt kind of metalcore. It felt kind of new metal. Like there was
because there was this this part.
Mm-hmm.
This is industrial.
Partly, yes. Also, like some of the vocal delivery was like there was almost like a bit of a rapping type feel
it
to
was
some of it.
like rap with a scream or something.
Mm-hmm. That's very to me at least that's quite synonymous with new metal. We haven't done any new metal yet. That's NU, not NEW.
Okay.
So well, you know, I was actually at some stage wanting to go into like new metal and metalcore and those sorts of things. Because we've done very much like the proggy type stuff and the symphonic stuff and the Scandinavian
like the
stuff,
nice
and you know we've like led you in with the like the very melodic stuff.
Okay.
So that's why I was so keen to hear what you think about something like this. I mean, I quite enjoy it. It's not something I listen to all the time. This type of music, but it's a whole other like side of metal that you haven't really seen yet.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It's just a bit funny with all the visuals, I think.
I thought you might like all the horror aspects. You like horror?
Yeah, but it's not so much of a horror here.
I don't know. I get some horror vibes from it, and even the like some of the industrial or whatever type sounds. It even makes me think of like a Resident Evil, like some of the metal tracks in a Resident Evil.
Well, I mean, there are different types of horrors, so. The one that you're talking about is like a slasher.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so it's very, like, again, very out in the open and everyone just gets killed very fast. No, that's not my favorite type of horror movie.
Not a slow, like crafted...
I like suspense. I like suspense and details.
This is just bam, everyone's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's just all very, harsh strokes here.
But I mean, they all have their place, So sometimes when you're sitting alone and you're feeling, very cerebral, and you want to like dissect something very intellectually, like how everything is crafted meticulously together, and then sometimes you just want something very like heavy and in your face and easier to grasp.
Sort of shake you.
Yeah, or like in a like a metal club or something like that. This would be like an awesome song to probably headbang to, something like that. Something
it definitely goes for headbanging because it's a very obvious way you need to do that.
Yeah, and that's what I said. This is a whole new side of metal, very popular, and it's not like it's some niche part. This is a big part of metal that you just don't know exists yet. but we'll get there.
Okay.
Inside of me, you see, every now and then I forget which one I want and which one that I need. I have come to realize that both of them have become a necessity, and I have come to realize that every call with animal I choose to fade. Anything I say, you lie along with me. Every song you sing is all because of me. Anytime I cry, you always laugh at me. No matter what you do, you will belong to me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you can't stop me. I want you to let me in. I want you to let me in. I'm in everywhere that you've been. No, I got nothing to lose. I'm not deciding when. I want you to let me in. I want you to let me in. I'm already in these chains. I'm the big dog. I feel like the game's beginning. Poisonous. This can't get the fuck out of my head. I can't. Even with these chains, you can't stop me. Even with these chains, you can't stop me. Even with these chains, you can't stop me. Even in these chains, you won't break.
That little bit at the end was very like Resident Evil industrial kind of sounding to me.
Well, maybe it was a reference to that. I don't know. I realized that she reminds me of Britney Spears.
What, when she went crazy?
Well, I mean, with all this like dancing and movements and like strange costume and blonde hair too. When I realized that, I couldn't watch it anymore because it was just so distracting me from the song. Yeah, but she's very talented. I mean, like, apart from all the videos, which is actually super distracting to actually appreciating the song. But she has very powerful voice.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up as well.
Like, the screams that she does, they're really impressive and, like, long and, like, proper.
Yeah, a lot of, like meat behind them, like, a lot of power and tone in them as well.
Yes, yeah. So, it does feel very, very powerful. Well, especially with all the heavy...
It would need to be, with all of that, like,
yeah,
carnage
because it would just get lost. It would just get lost, but here it didn't get lost, definitely. It was on top of everything.
Yeah, if she can even stand out a little bit over all of that's happening, that's very impressive, actually.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's the part that actually stands out to me. Because from all the, like, banging of the instrument, like, oh my god, I mean, I can't... identify what's there. There was drumming, there was a heavy guitar, and it was just all very, very fast. But the way that the lead singer did it, like with also those fast switches between reading the rap basically and then to the scream, and everything was very, like, she kept the intensity throughout the whole song, although it's an official video, so probably it's not just done in one take. But
yeah, that would for sure be the studio recording, but yeah, I mean, you never really know until you see performers
anyways,
live.
it's super impressive, I think.
Yeah, as an album, like a piece of studio artwork. It's really well done. So you're not... I mean, I know this is new, so, you're not used to this type of...
Definitely different from everything we've heard before.
Yeah, do you think it's something...
I need some time to sort of sink it in.
Yeah, but do you think
to understand what happened.
Do you think it's something else? Do you think it's something we could, like, delve further into this type of metal and just see where it leads?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, that wasn't a no.
We can try something.
Okay. I mean, I've got some theories on the lyrics as well. Into, I think also the sort of how everything is so in your face and coming at you from all angles. I think it's very intentional and fits well with the lyrics.
Yeah, it kind of gives you this impression that. Maybe also because the video was all in this confined space, it also gives you an impression that, like, you can't get away from it, that like it's coming from everywhere at you just to sort of hit you with the sound
and dark
and with the lyrics.
Things jumping out at you.
Yeah, and everything is, and I think it was even the light was changing so far, like blinking, like an attack on all your senses.
Yeah, well, so to cut to the chase, the visuals and the music are all adding to this feeling of inner turmoil, and this sort of troubled mental state, or this conflicted mental state.
I agree. So,
I mean, let's get into those lyrics. Big Bad Wolf. It's a lot. There's a lot of lyrics here, but I think the message. So we can't really go through it one by one because there's so much here, but very much just getting the feeling of talking about a little piggy that's the antagonist. So this the little piggy filled with pride and greed, and basically like one half of the personality.
I was actually wondering how many little piggies are there, because it sort of introduces one. There was a nasty little pig filled with pride and greed, and then there was an eager little pig, your typical disease. And
eager little pig, your typical disease. Yeah.
So is it different from the nasty little one?
Maybe there's some more complexity there with, you know, the actual link to the story around with there being, how many, were there 3 little piggies?
Yes.
So,
well, definitely, yeah, we didn't mention, but it's obviously a reference to this tale, the kids' tale.
That's even. So maybe there are 3 little piggies. I personally just took it to be the one half of the personality being the piggy and the other half of the personality being the wolf who's coming to like slay the piggy, but almost like the wolf is the protagonist and the piggy's the antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so sort of working with your inner conflict, and the parts of yourself and your personality that you don't like, and getting those under control, making sure that those don't succeed.
So the bad wolf is actually a good character here.
Protagonist. That's how I was reading it. I mean, it's obviously on like first glance here, but did you maybe see that differently to me?
Well, it did seem that it's the other way around here, like compared to the kids' story. Although the video doesn't support it, they were all very, very bad there. And it's interesting why the pig is she.
Well, I think just because it's from her perspective, it's a
Yes,
personal
but
song.
then the wolf, it doesn't say here she wolf, but I don't know. Can you scroll up?
It didn't say he either, at least not that I saw. I think at this point the wolf doesn't have a gender, an identifiable gender as such. But I think they deliberately make the piggy a she so that you can immediately tweak on that she's talking about herself, you know, something within herself.
Mm-hmm. But then, I mean, if it's a pig and a wolf, so the idea would be that the wolf in the end would slay this piggy. So basically, there is a chance for that, and this talk about pig, won't you let me in? So she's trying to fight this. Basically, bad piggy that is sucking the blood, and what else it is doing? Go up. Yes, blood-sucking part of me, and typical pride and greed. Yeah, so basically all those faults within the character are within this pig. And then she realizes, so I like that there was this reference to another tale, you know, about 2 wolves that live inside a person, and then one is a bad wolf, like an angry one, and one is a kind one.
I don't know this.
Like there is this also
Like a children's nursery rhyme or something.
I'm not sure. I think it's maybe. I might be wrong. I'm not gonna say what the source is. I thought it was from some Asian ancient story, like from Confucius or.
I don't know.
Okay, so basically, I think the student comes to the master, and the master tells him the story that there were. In each person, there are 2 wolves that are living inside, and one is a very angry and bad wolf, and another one is a kind and good one. So how, like, and then the student asks, or the teacher asks him, like, who do you think is gonna win, like, between those 2 wolves? Who are you gonna choose? And the answer to that is that the one that you feed will win. And here it also makes reference to that there are 2 animals, and I become the one that I choose to feed.
Right, okay. So it could very well just be a merging of these 2 stories, and then you're flipping it around from the wolf and the pig, you've flipped the antagonist and the protagonist, but actually what it really is the kind wolf from the other story.
Yeah, the one that is not greedy and hungry all the time.
Okay.
Stuff
It'd
like
be
that.
very cool if they consciously had both those stories in mind when they did
Yeah, I
it.
think they did. Because like, I think it's a very well-known expression, like the wolf that you feed.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's not much else, I think, to have here. So there's a wolf, there is a pig, and then they're inside your head. I personally don't have any more to comment here.
It didn't end with the pig getting eaten or slayed or something like that. So I wonder if ultimately it's a case of living...
Balance?
Yeah, like
balance between them.
yeah, either living with having the other one suppressed, or maybe it's not even a case of suppressing, like completely eliminating one. Maybe it's a case of just knowing when to use one and when to use the other, something like that.
But I mean, the idea of the tale is that you don't have to like kill any of the wolves. And in here, I think this realization comes that I become that animal that I feed. That there's no need to fight against it. You just need to like feed the right one, you know. And then the other one will just automatically will have less control over you. I think even fighting makes the other one stronger, because like fighting is also has a negative connotation there.
I found the stanza that explains it. I mean, there's so much here. It's hard to remember every little piece. But so it says, "You see, I am the wolf, and this dirty little piggy lives inside of me. You see, every now and then I forget which one that I want and which one that I need. I've come to realize that both of them have become a necessity. I've now come to realize that I become the animal I choose to feed." Yeah, so that pretty much, I think, confirms your thinking there.
I think maybe it has to do something with the artist's career, maybe. So on the one hand side is this idea to make music and to share your music with everyone, and it's basically like the good intention behind that. But then once the artist becomes famous, and this intentions might change, and there is more, you know, to make more money out of music, to
Sell out.
Yeah, like with money the greed comes in more, and then but you have to have it to have a good musical career. You can't just completely.
If no one knows who you are, then
exactly, then
you can't share your art with anyone.
Exactly. So the purpose of art is just sharing. But so if you don't have that part of you that actually wants fame, which kind of a negative.
Quite a paradox.
Yes, exactly. So you're supposed to want to be ambitious and to want that fame, but just not too much, so that you still don't forget about the music you're making and the art that you're making.
I guess so. What's the purpose? Or what's the primary goal? Is the primary goal to become famous, or is the primary goal to make art so you can become famous, or is the primary goal to become famous so you can share your art?
Yeah, but then usually if one of them, like, you know, overdoes it, for example, your greed or the want of fame wins like heavily, then probably the art is not that good, becomes less like not that high quality.
It detracts from the art.
Yeah, exactly. So I think maybe it's about that.
Okay, I think it's a pretty universal message, like this inner conflict, you know, dealing with two sides, or like the bad parts or the selfish parts of your personality and not. I think you could apply this to very, very, very many contexts, you know. Anyone, I would imagine, has something going on in their life that they could apply this concept to.
I guess, yeah. So sometimes you have to be a little bit bad.
Well, I mean, I think it's not so much being a little bit bad, but you have to be a little bit selfish in ways, because people that are too nice, too kind, get walked all over. You know, if you're just thinking, I mean, I relate it to my own personal life. So in a corporate setting, just in your job, the people who don't know how to say no to work do everyone else's work, and that's.
Don't touch that topic. Don't you dare go there.
Yeah, that's probably you. But seriously, like so someone who's gone too much to the good wolf side doesn't know how to stand up for themselves. Won't fight for themselves, and, you know, just gets walked on.
Okay.
So there's definitely a balance.
Balance between animals. We got that.
Between wolves specifically, and a pig.
And a pig.
Potentially 3.
Okay, fine.
All right, we'll see where we go from here. I've got some. So I don't know this band at all, but there's a number of bands from this more sort of this style of music that I do love that I'll probably introduce you to that'll have a lot of nostalgia for me, like going back to the 2000s and stuff like that. So let's see what you think when we get to them.
All right.
Hope you enjoyed it, and thanks, Ken. We'll be back more with some more reactions.
Thank you for watching.